Welcome to the Vault Report, St. Bonaventure edition. I'm here once again with Bonnie's assistant coach, Dana Valentine. How's it going? How are we feeling 9 games in?
All is well, man. Appreciate you having me as always. Always a pleasure. But yeah, we're excited, man. We had a nice couple game win streak going right now, heading into FAU on Saturday, out at the Hall of Fame. So should be a good event, really good team, and good opportunity for us. So we're excited for sure.
Absolutely. And, I want to start with, most recently, I think it was today, I believe Adams Woods was, kind of announced A-10 player of the week last week. No surprise with kind of what he's been able to do. Just talk about his impact, on and off the floor, his efficiency off the charts, what he's doing. I mean, I think he's still under 30 minutes a game, but putting up obviously great numbers.
Yeah, he's had a really good run here for us these past couple games. His leadership has been great for us. He's starting to really fit in as everybody else is, kind of finding their way, like we talked about a couple of times early on, like so many new guys and new faces, whether it's freshmen and transfers and things like that. So I think in the first 9 games, guys have started to find where they fit in. And obviously, Micah plays a huge role for us and has done a great job of not only getting his, but getting his teammates integrated as well. He's just been really efficient, man. Like you said, it's all coming within the flow. I think he averaged 24 over the past 2 games and 9 for 9 from three. He's put up some real nice numbers. But it's been really efficient, like you said, and just within the flow of the game. And his experience coming over from Cincinnati, starting, I think, close to 100 games or over 100 games, like we talked about earlier in the year, like that experience is invaluable, man. So he's really shown that he's a seasoned and veteran player with a lot of experience under his belt. So he's been great for us.
Definitely. And, defensively, obviously everyone wants to talk about offense, but you guys have been impressive as of late. I think it was last game, Coach Smith post game, he said hot shooting won't last. Defense does. You've been able to perform on the defensive end. How important is that side of the ball for you guys? Where have you seen in terms of the strides from, let's say, that second game loss to Canisius to where you are now, and how much further you can go?
Yeah, I mean, coach is spot on, and that's got to be our staple. We talk about it every day in practice. I think coming into the year, everybody looked at the guys that we had on the roster with the ability to put the ball in the hoop, the shooting, the things that we could do offensively, and we kind of fell a victim to thinking that we were just going to be an offensive team in the first 1 to 2 games. I think we've really started to try and hang our hat on the defensive end. Everybody's bought in, and you got guys, fifth-year guys like Moses Flowers. In the game, we're up 15, 20, 30 points, diving on loose balls. Barry Evans, who hasn't put up crazy numbers, whose impact has been, huge over the past couple of games, just in terms of his defensive versatility and things that he can do out there. Chad Venning providing rim protection as well as doing things on the offensive end. So we just got a bunch of guys that have really bought into the defensive side of things. And coach is spot on, like we talked about, like the defensive side is where you're going to hang your hat. The shots may not fall every night, but if you defend and you rebound, you're going to have a chance in every game. So guys are really believing and buying into that.
Definitely. And you talked about buy-in. Obviously you have a lot of new, you had a good group coming back. You had a bunch of new guys coming in. Where do you feel like in terms of, and I know it's still early and injuries, which you guys have, obviously have been impacted by, but in regards to just defining roles and people kind of fitting into slots and also stepping up when they need to, how do you feel like that process has been for you guys at this point in the season?
Yeah, I think the depth that we have has been great for us, just in terms of injuries are going to be a part of it. Everybody goes through it throughout the year. We're missing Chuck and Kyrell over the past couple games. Kyrell was able to get back last game, but he's missed a couple throughout the year. Moses went down for 1 game as well. Chuck, who's, our leading rebounder and one of our biggest shot makers out there, he's been down for a couple games now. So the depth that we have has helped us out tremendously, just having guys that we can go to that can step up and they're ready to take on some minutes. Miles Rose got his first minutes of the year, last game. So we feel good about the fact that we have 9, 10, 11 guys that we can put into the game and take on some big minutes. And I think guys have started to find themselves, and it was a process, something that was going to continue to, has had it work itself out a little bit in terms of identifying roles, and will continue to work itself out over the course of the year. But it's all happened organically because, like we talked about early in the year, we have guys that are selfless and about the team, so that want to win. So they understand it might be a night. Well, Micah has had a great past couple games, just throwing a name out there, but Micah may have a week or a couple games where he's, down at 12 points a game or whatever the case may be. But as long as we're doing whatever we got to do to win, all of our guys feel like that's the most important thing. So like I said, the role placement has kind of happened organically, and all these guys just want to win. They don't really care what it takes and what it looks like. They just want to win.
Absolutely. And I don't know how much you can divulge. I know can't always too much in terms of injuries, but just in terms of how those guys are doing in terms of recovery. Obviously, you guys do have some time off now before that matchup, which I do want to talk about. But how are they through the rehab process individually?
Yeah, Kyrell was able to come back last game. He played, some minutes, and he's feeling good. So he rehabbed quickly, and our trainers did a great job getting him back. And Chuck is still working through his a little bit. He's starting to feel better. Hopefully we can get him out there soon. It's not a definite for this upcoming game or the following, but we're hoping to get him back on the court very soon, man. And he's been awesome, man. He's one of the best guys that I've ever had an opportunity to work with in terms of just him being a great teammate in person in the locker room. Him being off the court, like obviously we miss him on the floor, but his energy, his wisdom, everything he pours into the rest of the team and the guys has still been great. So it feels like, he's still there without being on the floor, man. And he's done a great job of, working his butt off to try and get back. So we're hoping to get him back very soon.
Most definitely. I know we've talked off camera. I've obviously covered him when he was at Bryant, but like you said, a great individual. On and off the floor. We talked about this matchup coming up. You guys do have some time to prepare. I believe they're number 15. Not that that matters much to you guys, but a good team, a great, possibly you could say even great team in terms of what they've been able to do last year, what they've done this year, especially as of late. What have you seen? I don't know how much you guys have dived into, the tape, but from them, and what will be the focus, for this week leading up to that matchup?
Yeah, I mean, they're a very good team. Very good team. They like Noah's Ark, man. They got two of everything, it seems like. And a ton of experience. With everybody coming back from last year's Final Four team. We're excited for the matchup. They do a great job, of turning your mistakes into points. And just watching them prior to this week and getting prepared for them. It happens quickly. If you have a lapse of a minute or two or three, it can turn into a 2-point game to a 14-point game very quickly. They got a ton of depth. They got size and shot making all over the floor. So it's going to be a great challenge for us. We're really excited about it. Our guys are hungry for the opportunity, and I think we'll be ready to play on Saturday for sure.
Sounds good. Well, listen, Dana, I appreciate the time as always. Look forward to touching base, throughout the season. But best of luck this week, and yeah, have a great one.
Absolutely, I appreciate you, man.